Drake, have you ever been on this kind of role in either this sport or any other sport, hoops, golf?
Golf, I like that one. My brother's, this summer, I was on a roll a little bit. No, but I think, back in high school, we won 13 straight. But, really, I think, with college, I think we may have won 8 or 9 straight, in football, both in football. But no, this is a different beast. This is the NFL.
That was Drake Maye. As we look at the notable fantasy performances, no surprise to see him atop the leaderboard yet again, 20.5 points, which is right around his league average. Then a whole lot of Giants in a script where they were down heavily, partially thanks to their dreadful special teams. Well, let's get back to Drake Maye here, guys. Jay, what do you think of him being the odds-on MVP favorite right now? It feels like one tough loss for the Rams and Stafford gets bumped down?
Yeah, I would still make Stafford the favourite. I think Drake Maye can absolutely win. I think he's clearly the second most likely player to win. But, how many top 13 defences Drake Maye has played this year?
It can't be up their schedule. They have a last place schedule.
0. He hasn't played a top 13 defense all season in terms of at least EPA per play defensive ranks. You know how many he will play? By the end of the season, barring some change in those rankings?
1.
0. He will not play a top 13 defense all season. He's played 2 defenses that rank in the top 21.
Do voters care about that?
I think they will hold the schedule against him a little bit, unless he beats Buffalo out of the bye. And then I think it kind of becomes a coronation. But I think if he goes into Seattle in that Thursday Night Football game, wins that game to win the division, I think Stafford will win MVP.
Yeah, that's what I say, because when you talk about the schedule, Jay, it's kind of similar to Matthew Stafford. So to see those two out front and center is not a shock. Yes, the Rams beat the Seahawks, but they beat them by 2 points. Stafford only completed 50% of his pass. That was on the heels of the defense. They picked off.
They didn't play well that game.
Right. So it would have to be a Stafford type of game. And I think this loss, while obviously it wasn't enough to take Matthew Stafford out of the running, but that loss against a Panthers team, which is better than we think, but still shouldn't be close to the Rams, I think that was just enough to put Drake Maye out ahead. But of all those guys on that list, those are the 2 favorites. But if we're talking about a guy outside of that who could come up and get in this thing, I think it's Dak Prescott. He was in it a couple years ago. He's got 2 of the best wins in the past 6 weeks. They beat both Super Bowl teams, and if they do it again, especially how the offense is humming, I could see his odds getting chopped in half.
They beat the Lions on Thursday night. How much movement do we see for him?
I mean, he'll probably go 7 to 8 to 1 range. I would fade at that price just because he has to win every game.
Right.
He can't take another loss. And also, he needs help because he's got to win the division. So he needs the Eagles to lose games. Dak's not going to win us a wild card, but if he can win the division, which is like 7 to 1 type of range, and he wins out, and then, Stafford loses in Seattle, Drake Maye doesn't get the 1 seed, the Broncos get it, then I think Dak could win. I think that if Stafford and Maye fall over and Jordan Love comes home with a surge and gets the 1 seed, and they're like 7 to 1 to win out as well, I think he's a chance. The only long shot that I think is any chance at all, really, if Josh Allen goes scorched earth for 5 weeks and beats Drake Maye head-to-head and wins the division, and Allen's like 30 to 1 range, he's the only guy I could see coming from the clouds. Just because we've seen Josh Allen have these 5-week tears where he just looks like God, and he's so correlated with Drake Maye's failure that I think that Allen would be the guy to come from the clouds.
Yeah. All right, guys, one more note from this game. The New England backfield, Ramondre Stevenson gets the start. He does out-snap TreVeyon Henderson here, Lawrence. Jay, good call on TreVeyon Henderson's longest rush.
Up there in the end.
He gets it in the 4th quarter. We're all sitting watching that one.
We'll take it.
You take it, yeah, exactly. But Lawrence, it's not that it sunk TreVeyon, but clearly they're still going to lean on the vet in Ramondre.
For sure, and going forward, it makes you feel like, hey, those runs near the end zone, Ramondre Stevenson's going to get it. We saw Ramondre get a little love in the receiving game early in the game. I think it kind of alludes to just the fact that last week Ramondre Stevenson may or may not been fully back yet. And I don't think there was ever a time when we thought that TreVeyon Henderson was going to completely take over this backfield. They still trust in the veteran back. They're 2 different types of backs, change of pace running backs. I think that's kind of how we see it play out the rest of the way.
The only other way to put a bow on this game, Younghoe Koo, you drink for free today, our dear friend. Who did it better? I'm going to say Charlie Brown.
Oh no. Ooh, that hurts the toe.
Oh, man.
It's hard to find the parallel. The only thing I can think of is one time Dirk Nowitzki rose up to shoot a jump shot from the left sideline and just didn't shoot the ball.
I'll say this: at least old Charlie Brown, he didn't get stuck.
Right.
His
got
little cartoon toes kind of gracefully went across the grass or the pavement and got the kickoff. Although he slipped and bust his ass, Younghoe Koo, my man just stubbed his whole toe. He kicked into the dirt of Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, I like, Lawrence, that you change up your pronunciation of Younghoe as to how you were pronouncing it in the ad break. You've decided to go with the correct pronunciation now.
Yeah. That's how the OGs say it.
Younghoe Koo is how I say his name when I'm in Atlanta. That's how, when we in Atlanta, we call him Younghoe.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotoworld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.